There are less than 2 weeks until Christmas and I have not purchased one Christmas gift yet. But I still have time to sit down and play with makeup. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look I'm wearing right here. I call it Glowy Holiday Glam. This look is perfect for an office holiday party or to go to your Christmas dinner or anything like that, anywhere where you're going to be celebrating the holiday season and you want to make sure that you look glowy and glam and also that your makeup is going to stay put for a very long time. Before we go ahead and get into this video, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel and make sure you check out the holiday giveaway that I have going on right now. I'm giving away 3 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from 2017, and this giveaway is open until New Year's Eve, December 31st. There are going to be 3 winners for that giveaway. It's open and international. I'm giving away the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte eyeshadow palette. These are 3 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from 2017, and I'm so happy to be sharing them with my subscribers. So make sure you go check out that video and enter the giveaway. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the video. If you want to see how I got this glowy holiday glam makeup look, keep watching. All right guys, so to start off this makeup look, we're gonna go in with primer first. The whole idea behind this holiday glam makeup look is to look very dewy and glowy and sparkly for the holidays. So I'm going to go in with the Becca Backlight priming filter. I find that this primer is really, really nice because it's moisturizing, it sets the makeup in place, and it gives you sort of a very subtle dewy glow. So I'm just pressing that into my skin, and I find that this primer has a really, really nice subtle glow to it. It really makes my skin look as though it's sort of lit from within, which is really, really nice for a holiday makeup look. Next, we're gonna go in with foundation, and I've been loving the Fenty Beauty foundation lately. You guys, this foundation is such a winner for me. It totally makes my skin look so flawless. It doesn't settle into my fine lines. It doesn't enlarge my pores. It lasts all day. It's really, really a great foundation. And another thing that I love about it is that a little goes a long way. I only need to use 3 small pumps of this and it goes on my entire face. So I know for an expensive foundation, it's gonna last me a long time, which is really good. And we're just gonna start applying that to the face over top of the primer. The coverage on this foundation is also amazing. If you're somebody that suffers from rosacea or you have any sort of redness or stuff that you need to cover up, like all I do is go in with a very, very light application of this foundation and it completely covers up the red. Like you can see the difference in my cheeks. Okay, now to set the face, I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder and set the areas of my face that tend to crease up the most. I really like this setting powder for use at like holiday parties or house parties or anywhere where it might get a little bit hot, because I really find this to be an excellent setting powder. It's really, really good for keeping your makeup in place all night long. And now I'm gonna go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact to set the rest of my face. Now to bronze up my face, I'm gonna go in with my tried and true, my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit more bronzer than I would normally wear on a regular day, just because I want this look to be sort of one step up, a little bit more glamorous than normal. And for this look, I want to carve out my cheekbone a little bit more than normal. So I'm going to take the pointy end of my Morphe sponge and go back into that Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder and just carve out my cheekbone here with the loose powder. All right, so we're just gonna let that bake for a second and we're gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna be using the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. I really find that this blush is very, very luminizing. It's not matte, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but not like chunky glitters. So it's really perfect for more of a glam look where we're going for a little bit more sparkle. I'm just going to lightly dust that onto the apples of my cheeks and take it up the face just a little bit. And then just to give the cheeks a little bit of extra something, I'm gonna go in with a blush topper. I'm gonna be using the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade over here, which is called Rosé Spritz. And I'm gonna go in very, very light-handed and just dot a little of this only on the apples of my cheeks, just so we can get a little bit more of a glowy effect. I don't know if you can see that, but it just adds a little bit of a golden pink glow to the cheeks, which I think is really pretty for the holidays. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Morphe E34 brush and just blend out all of those products that we just put on the face together, as well as brush away this bakage. All right, so now that we're all blended out, I'm gonna go do my brows and prime my lids off of camera. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Pencil in the shade Brunette, And going in with my standard Smashbox 24-hour photo finish eye primer as well. For me, an eye primer is so important. If I'm putting a look on my face that needs to last all day and all night, this stuff completely prevents any creasing in your eyelids, and especially if you're going to be going in with glitters and shimmery shadows, those types of things can kind of melt off your eyelids really quickly, especially if you're like me and you have super oily eyelids. So eye primer is definitely a godsend for a holiday makeup look. Okay, so the brows are on and I've primed my eyelids. I'm going to zoom you guys in for the next step of this makeup look just so that you can see how I achieve the eyes. Alright, so the first step, as always, is to go in with a matte white eyeshadow. This is just to cancel out any discoloration and also to provide a base that we can build our shadows onto. So I'm going to go in with MAC Blanc Type, and I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and start pressing that onto the lid. All right, so normally I would go in first with crease shades and I would build up the crease before moving to the lid. But today, instead, we're gonna do the reverse of that and we're gonna go in with the lid shade first. The reason why I'm doing that is that today's makeup look is very simple. All I'm using is basically 3 shadows on the eyes. I'm going to be putting the lid color down first and then just blending out the harsh lines with the crease color, and that's essentially it. So I'm going in with a neutral lid color because, again, this eye look is very simple and the star of the show is going to be the lashes and the glitter. I want my lid shade to have a little bit of shimmer to it, but not too much. I find that this one by Colourpop is completely perfect. It's called Let Me Explain and it's their pressed powder shadow. But I also pulled a couple of other ones here as options. So this one here is MAC Shroom. I think that one would be really pretty. It actually has more of a white tint to it, whereas the one I'm using has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So it just depends on what kind of look you're going for and also maybe what color glitter you're going for that you can complement it with the lid shade. This one I really love. This is also by Colourpop and it's called Liar Liar. It's a really nice light dusty rose color. And then I also have this one called Vermeer. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills and this is also in the Modern Renaissance palette. This is a very beautiful all over the lid shade. And if you were going in with silver glitter or you were using MAC Reflex Pearl or something like that, this shade would be really perfect. So to go in with this lid shade, I'm going to first spritz my brush with Fix Plus, just to make sure the shadow stays where we want it to. Oh my god, I got it all over my mirror. And I'm gonna start by pressing that shadow all over the lid and taking it up just to the edge of where the crease would be. I feel like my ring light is too bright, so I'm just gonna turn it down a little. There we go. Okay, so I've just pressed it all over the lid right up to the crease. And as you can see, this is a really beautiful like champagne gold color. I really think this is a pretty shadow, and that's honestly one of the recommendations I get asked for a lot, is a really beautiful champagne shimmery all over the lid shade. So this one by Colourpop, Let Me Explain, really good. Now we're gonna go in with crease shades, and I think what I'm gonna use is my tried and true crease color, which is MAC Soft Brown. I'm gonna take that on a fluffy Morphe brush and just start dusting it through the crease while at the same time blending out the edges of the shadow that we just laid down. Now you just want to be really careful when you're blending here that you don't blend away what's on the lid. So I'm really keeping my brush right up in the crease and I'm making sure to not go down onto the lid where I've already laid down shadow, because I want to make sure that all of that shadow stays in place. And then just to deepen up the outer part of the crease a little bit, I'm going to go in with a darker shade of brown. So I'm going to use MAC Swiss Chocolate, but you can use anything that's one shade darker than the first crease color you laid down. And I'm just concentrating this right on the outer corner. I'm going onto the lid a little bit, but not very much. Mostly just in the outer corner of the crease, trying to leave the lid with all the shadow that we laid down earlier. So we're just deepening it up a little bit. You can see the little bit of difference between the two eyes, just to add a little bit of dimension. All right, so the upper lid is done. Now I'm gonna go to the lower lash line. I'm gonna use a little bit of a darker brown to tightline my lower lash line. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow. This is in the shade Hot Chocolate. It's another really beautiful warm brown. And so I'm gonna just tightline as close to the lower lash line as possible. We don't want the lower lash line to be too smoked out, but I do want it to have some definition. So we're gonna go as close to the lower lash line as possible with this shadow. Okay, so now taking a pencil brush and going back into Swiss Chocolate, I'm just going to smoke out the lower lash line and blend away some of that dark color we put down. I'm also going to go in and quickly highlight my brow bone using MAC Shroom. I really love this color for the brow bone. I think it's so pretty. It's such a pretty highlight shade. What you have to remember with shroom is that a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna have to blend this out as well because, whew, that is shiny. And I also wanna make sure that my inner corner is really bright. So I'm gonna go in with Anastasia shadow in the shade Soft Gold. And I'm gonna highlight my inner corner and make sure it's totally beaming. All right, so that's it for the eyes. As you can see, it was a very simple look to achieve. Now I'm gonna go in with liner. I'm gonna use my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper and just put a very, very thin line along my lash line. I really don't want too much intense liner with this look. And we're not gonna do a wing or anything like that because, again, the star of the show is going to be the lashes. You can actually skip eyeliner for this look if you want, or you can smoke out a black shadow along the lash line just to give it a little bit more of a romantic effect. The only reason why I'm using black liner with this look is because I am not very talented when it comes to putting on my eyelashes. So I use my liner as sort of a buffer just in case I mess up close to the lash line with glue. I can always run over it with my black liner and then it looks like nothing ever happened. But that's only because I'm not super great at putting on lashes. I've been wearing lashes like since I was 11 because I was using them on stage as a competitive dancer. So you'd think that I'd be better at putting on lashes, but I'm not. All right, so I just went in with a little bit of mascara. I used my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I also smoked out a little bit of black liner in the waterline on my lower lash line just because I wanted to add a little bit more depth and dimension to the lower lash line. And now we're gonna go in with lashes. And for this look, I wanted to find the biggest pair of lashes that I own. So I'm going to be going in with the Velour Silk Lashes. These are in the style Magic Touch. These are really, really big, bold, beautiful, feathery lashes. And with an eye look like this that's not too smoky and that has like a bright lid and a bright inner corner, big feathery lashes are really gonna look beautiful and they're really gonna be the star of the show. So I'm gonna go pop these on off of camera and I'll be right back. All right, so lashes are on and I'm really, really impressed with these lashes. I really love the Velour Silk line that's sold at Sephora. I've been so impressed with both styles. They have great staying power, they hold their shape, and they look really, really beautiful and fluffy on the eyes, even though they're silk and not mink lashes. These lashes are almost comically big for me. These are definitely the biggest pair of lashes that I would ever wear. I think that they're like, I can feel them touching the top of my eyebrow when I blink, so they're really big, but I really like the way that they look with the understated eyes. So I would definitely only wear these lashes to a party though, somewhere where it's probably gonna be dark and you need a little bit more definition around the eyes, but I think these lashes are really beautiful. All right, so now it's my favorite part. We're gonna go in with glitter to finish off the eyes. I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner. This is in the shade Midnight Cowboy. It's a really, really beautiful gold. I really like the applicator on these as well because it's very, very thin and fine. And for this look, I'm gonna concentrate the glitter on my lower lash line in the inner corner. So I'm going to go in right about here and just start sweeping the glitter underneath my eye. And it just adds a little extra sparkle. Now, if you're really feeling festive, you can take this up into the inner corner right here and sort of up onto the lid. You could also do a glitter cut crease with this. It has a really, really good fine tip to do a glitter cut crease. I'm gonna leave this as is because I want it to be a little bit more understated sparkle, but I really, really love the touch that this glitter adds to this look. All right, so our eyes are done. Let's go finish off the rest of the face. All right, so for highlight, I want a really nice, beautiful all over glow. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of a subtle highlighter first. I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in the shade Luminous Light. And this just provides a really, really beautiful all over glow when you apply this. So it's not too blinding. So I'm gonna take it sort of down the cheeks, really high up to my temple, and just sort of like sweep this kind of everywhere all over my cheeks. And then I'm also going to take it a little bit above the brow and sort of down this way. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a really nice glow without like a streak of highlighter. So I really like the way this looks. If you're somebody that likes more of a subtle glow, I think you'll really enjoy this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. Also, I got this one at Sephora in like a mini size. So if you're not sure about committing to the full size, which I think is like pretty expensive, it's probably like $45 to $50, you can get this smaller one just so you can try out the product. I find that highlighter is one of those things too that's very difficult to get all the way down to pan, especially if you have lots of different highlighters in your collection. So buying these mini ones can be an economical way for you to have different highlighters in your collection but not have to commit commit to buying full-size pans and like never using them all up. So, and now because I'm super extra, I'm gonna go in with a second highlighter because I want a little bit more of a blinding glow on the high points of my face. So I'm gonna take the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. I've been absolutely loving this highlighter. I'm gonna take a little bit of it on my finger because I find that's the easiest way to apply it for me. I find if you try to go into these sort of semi-cream products with a brush, you don't really get the same effect as you would if you go in with fingers. So I'm just gonna take that and lightly sort of dust it onto the highest point of my cheek. And I'm just concentrating the color really, really in a small area, as opposed to that Luminous light powder where I kind of went everywhere with it. Okay, and as you can see, it's really, really glowy on the cheeks now. Also with that color, I'm gonna hit my Cupid's bow, and also the tip of my nose and the center of my nose down a little bit, and a little bit on my chin. And I find that sometimes I can go in a little too hard with this Flexitarian color, but if I just blend it out with a clean finger, it goes away fine. All right, so we are super glowy, and now it's time to go in on the lips. So for this look, it's the holiday season. I want to go in with a really bright Santa red. So the red that I chose is the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade American Doll. I really think this is such a gorgeous true blue red color. And also I find the Anastasia liquid lipsticks to be very, very long wearing. Another one of my favorites is Kat Von D Outlaw. I find the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks are very, very long wearing. I also like the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lips. I find the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks to be a little bit drying, so if I was going somewhere for like 3 or less hours, I might wear that one in the shade Mary, which I really love. But if I'm going to a holiday party or something like that where I know I'm going to be away for a long time, I'm going to be eating and drinking a lot, and I don't want to have to worry about reapplying my lipstick, these are the ones that I would go for. Another thing I find with liquid lipstick sometimes is that if you wear it for a really long time, it can start to bleed beyond the perimeter of your lip. So I'm going to go in with a lip liner first, as I find that that really helps prevent that problem. I'm going to go in with the MAC lip pencil in the shade Ruby Woo. I really think that this is a gorgeous lip pencil. I find that the MAC lip pencils work really well, and they're really, really long wearing. So I'm gonna do that first before going in with liquid lipstick. Okay, and now going over top of that with American Doll. Applying liquid lipstick seriously takes me like 20 minutes. All right, so it's time to set this look. Now, since we've used a lot of glowy products, I also wanted to use an illuminating setting spray. So I'm gonna go in with the Cover FX illuminating setting spray because it does add a little bit of an all over sheer and glow to the face. And I think that this is a really good setting spray in terms of longevity. So when you set your face using the setting spray, you know that your makeup's not going anywhere for the next little while, and you can go and have fun at your party and enjoy yourself all night long. The thing with this is that you really have to shake it up. Sounds like a can of spray paint. You really have to shake this up because otherwise you get white dots all over your face and you completely ruin your makeup. And that is it, you guys, for this glowy holiday glam makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed this video and this tutorial. Please leave me a comment down below letting me know if you liked this makeup look, and if you want to see other holiday looks or maybe a New Year's Eve look. I have a lot of new makeup and I'm dying to try it out on camera, so let me know what other makeup looks you guys want to see and I will do my best to film them for you. Also, don't forget to enter my holiday giveaway going on my channel right now. I'm giving away 3 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of 2017. That's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte eyeshadow palette. All you have to do to enter that giveaway is make sure you're subscribed to my channel and leave me a comment on that video. And there's also bonus entries for commenting on my Instagram and Twitter and following me on those socials. So make sure you check that out and stay subscribed to my channel because I have lots of awesome content coming your way and more giveaways in the future. I'm very, very excited about the new year and what's going to be happening for 2018. So make sure you stay tuned. And as always, guys, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below letting me know the kind of videos you want to see me do in the future. And if you didn't like this video, keep that shit to yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.